there. Today we will talk about technical communication. So how do we define technical communication? So first, let's mere definition. When we're talking about technical communication is a written or oral communication for and about business and industry. So when we talk about business, it refers to how you manufacture, how you deliver, and use products for the welfare of human beings. Us. But we will not limit the scope of technical communication only in business and industry. In fact, technical communication is very evident in our daily lives. From texting our friends, writing an email, blogging articles in the internet, and even sending messages through Messenger through our friends, we use technical communication. As students, we frequently use technical communication in doing our schoolworks, in writing our essays, in making our term papers, delivering reports and speeches, and all among others, we use technical communication. Thus, we really need technical communication. But how really important technical communication is? Let's find out. Hello there, what are you doing?
I'm studying technical communication.
So, for you, how really important technical communication is?
That's quite a clever question, huh? Well, technical communication is very important and is very essential in our daily lives. Just like in finding jobs, we're using technical communication in making our application letter, resumes, and even in our job interviews. We will be hired right away if we have a better communication skills. Also, as a student, technical communication is very important. We use technical communication in making our reports, assignments, theses, and also in making essays. In short, we use technical communication in preparing for our lives in the future.
Now that we are done defining and understanding technical communication, we are now ready to know the different communication channels on which we could express our oral and written communication. Technical communication takes many different forms.
We have to rely on technology and different correspondences depending on audience, on which is the receiver of our communication, purpose, our aim in communicating, and the situation or the circumstances in which our communication will occur.
Some of the different communication channels are letters, emails, websites, networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and many more.
Now, let's talk about different communication channels. The figure shows the channels that are almost always used in workplace communication. As you can see, email got 100% of use, followed by PowerPoint, which got 80%, and next is the memos and letters, and lastly is the reports, which got 60% of use. As you can see in the figure, emails are mostly used in the workplace. This is because the world today is influenced by technology. For the letters and memos, they are frequently used because of convenience.
Now that we're done talking about communication channel, let's talk about communication process. First is the pre-writing process. Pre-writing is the first stage in communication process. The following are the objectives you need to accomplish in pre-writing. First, examine your motivation. It is either external motivation in which someone else requested a correspondence or internal motivation in which you decide to write on your own accord. Second, determine your goals. You should know why are you communicating. Are you communicating to persuade, in which your goal is to change others' opinion? Communicating to instruct, in which your goal is to give instruction. Communicating to inform, in which your goal is to give information. And lastly, communicating to build trust, in which your goal is to gain the trust of your teammates and your boss. Third, you should consider your audience. You should know the issues of the diversity on which you will communicate. Fourth, you should gather your data. Once you know why you are writing and who your audience is, the next step is to decide what to say. That's why you have to gather your data. And lastly, you have to decide to the best communication channel to which you will convey your communication. The next is the writing process, which our teammate will discuss.
The second communication process is writing. Once you have gathered your data, determined your objectives, recognized your audience, and chosen the channel of communication, the next step is writing a document. In writing, you should make a draft to organize your thoughts in a logical sequence. Organization avoids confusion or misleading your audience. In writing, you should also format your text to allow ease of access. This will invite readers for your document. Take note that you need to ensure that the information is accessible.
The last stage of communication process is rewriting. And when you're talking about rewriting, this is where you make your work perfect. And in doing so, you need to consider two things. First is the usability test, and the second is the correctness of your work. When you're talking about usability test or usability evaluation, you are talking about the audience recognition. Can your audience recognize your work instantly? Second is the development of your work. Is your work chronologically or logically stated? Third is the ease of use. Is the information helpful to anyone who is reading your work? Third is the consistency. Consistency means you're consistent of your font size, the font style, and the formatting of your work. The conciseness. Is your work briefly stated and clear? And lastly, the document design. Is the design of your document consistent all throughout? The last thing is the correctness. So when you're talking about correctness, this is where you consider the grammar, the spelling, the punctuation mark, and a lot of things. And technology is a great help in revising your document. There are a lot of grammar and spell checks in a computer. And there are also a lot of computer applications which can help you to communicate properly.
We hope that this video had somehow helped you understand technical communication. Thank you so much and bye-bye!